talking to you guys about my own hair experience, what that's looked like, what it's been like, and what it's going to be. And so I'm very excited today because I usually don't share my story of how I got into the hair industry. I only give like tidbits of my experience. But today you're going to get a tell all about the hair industry, what I've learned, how I'm growing in it, and questions that other people have asked me that I've never really shared before. So we're going to go ahead and get right into it. We're going to start with the first question, and that is, how did you get into the hair industry? It was just a decision that I made, honestly. I've done hair all my life, and I
Okay.
really didn't get into extensions and wigs and what that looks like with lace until I got older. My mom made me stay clear of like hair extensions, and that's something that she can tell you one day. I think because she had this, I don't know if it's an idea or this stereotype about hair extensions, bundles or whatever, but I'm obsessed. First time I actually split hair extension hair was prom, and that was like the only time really I had my natural hair. Able to do that and feel the for myself. I mean, there like it took off, and I started doing details. I started doing my own sewing, and from there, like I just became obsessed. For me, I didn't really feel as though like I wanted to be like a stylist. It was just something that I gravitated towards and just wanted to do. Really, I was into braiding and braiding my sister's hair, cousin, myself. And a lot of times I play sports, so it was very hard to like maintain the hair. You maintain your own hair the way you want it to, and still look stylish. So I just maintained braids, and that's what worked for me all the way up to college. And by the time I graduated high school and got into college, it was like a whole different ball game. I wanted a different look, a different style, and that's what kind of led me on the path of getting started in the hair industry. Um, Back and forth with college, I really didn't have time for like clients. I was working a full-time job. I was taking full-time classes, so it wasn't something that I thought to do until like my friend, she was like, "Girl, why don't you practice on me?" And then I got a mannequin and started practicing. I had videos, hours and hours of videos, and going to virtual hair classes, and it was amazing, and I got that experience, and I definitely wouldn't trade it for the world. And then I just made a decision. I talked to a couple people that were already in business, and I got a lot of different feedback, but ultimately I set my heart on just being different, and I think that's what led me onto this path now and led me to where I'm at currently talking to you. So the feedback that I did get was like, "Oh, hair is saturating. Do you know what you want to do with hair? There's already a bunch of stylists going out in the world," and I'm like, "Okay, but I'm different," and I think that's all I start with. And for me, it was, I don't know if it was ego or pride, but I just wanted to be different, and I wanted to show the world that I was going to be different. So it was it was a very interesting turn of events that happened during that course of time, and we're definitely going to get into that. And yeah, it was great. It's been a great journey, and it never stops. It just evolves. So that's why we're here now. Um, the next question is, what made you chop your hair finally? So all these questions are coming from different people that I've asked for the years. Recently, questions that people have about me. So the reason why I cut my hair was because I didn't, not that I didn't feel beautiful hair, because that's what wigs are for. It's just that I didn't feel beautiful in my hair. And so it's easy to take off a wig. It's like style a wig. And when it came to my hair, it came with so much trauma. Struggling trying to grow it, struggling trying to maintain it. And when it came to my hair and wash day, it was hell. And I had to learn how to maintain my hair until I was able to take time out of my busy schedule to like press it, flat iron it, whatever I wanted to do with it, maintain it. I will tell you guys about a time where I was getting ready for a party and I was nowhere near ready and I rushed so much and I got frustrated. And so I just completely broke down on the inside. I didn't really show it on the outside. My friends could tell like I was, but I was just like, no, I'm not gonna be a Debbie Downer. I'm not gonna ruin like the night or whatever. Like I'll just go as is. But stepping out, like I didn't feel confident, and I regretted it because I just didn't feel myself. I didn't feel beautiful, and so it was always a constant thing of like growing up where I was always comparing my length to other women or other girls with like longer hair or different textures of hair, and I don't know where it came from, where it stemmed from. I used to get told that my hair was super long and why did I break it off because I didn't know what I was doing at the time. And people that used to be obsessed with like my hair had family that were, and I'm like, this is my hair journey. This is what I'm doing with it, and it's your concern. But I didn't know at the time how to feel about that. And so I continued my journey, just back to the friend situation because that was recent. I've always felt like that going out. Like I never felt ready, or I never felt my best, or was always sweating my hair out. And so that led to comparing myself, nitpicking at myself, not feeling like enough, and always feeling like I'm being rushed or I'm not ready. And it led to my confidence going down. And me, like, I like to feel ready. I like to feel put together. And when I'm rushed, I just like shut down. So I just made the decision.
Yeah, right.
I didn't ask anybody. I didn't know anybody because I knew if I invited extra opinion, then that's what it was going to be. Extra opinion. And the only opinion that mattered was me, God. So I woke up, I put my hair in 4 sections, and I just cut my hair. I just cut it all off. And the relief that came with it was like, I'm cutting away the past, I'm cutting away that you're not enough, I'm cutting away the view, I'm cutting away lack of confidence. Like, I'm cutting all this away. And for a moment, I just stood there and looked at myself and like, wow, you're so beautiful. And then I started to cut too much and got scissor happy and cut my hair uneven. But the moment I stepped out of the barber chair, it was like Yes, this was the best decision I ever made in my life. And when I started like clean cuts, it was like, okay, we're never going back. Eventually, I did grow my hair out to like a fro, so it was about like 4 inches. But I was quickly getting tired of that, so I cut it again really low. So I think like buzz cut low is like this it for me. Maybe a little throwback with some waves. But my hair was beautiful, and I didn't realize it until like I stopped comparing myself. Like this is okay what you're doing. Like you don't have to like not cut your hair. You don't have to look at anybody but yourself. You want to color your hair too? Color your hair. If you want to color blue. Like whatever you decide, I'm gonna support you in it, and I didn't support myself that I was nitpicking or I'm judging myself, and I'm ashamed of myself. So yeah, that was a really big one, and I'm glad I didn't decide to include everybody with me because everyone was different about it, but that's totally okay. And the support and love that I did get, truly amazing. Um, yeah, it was really awesome. And if I can go back and like experience that high again, I definitely would. But now we're moving on to bigger and better things, and I can't wait to do like more with hair, more with my hair. Give girls the confidence to chop their hair if they want to chop their hair. And I think now it's like a fad that everyone's chopping their hair. I seen Black China, she chopped her hair. She cut her hair off, and like E Simone cut her hair off. Like there's so many women in like the industry that have like cut their hair off for whatever reason. I totally applaud and those women like a big round of applause because it's not easy cutting away like identify who you identified with for so long, and now it's this new person in the mirror looking back at you and like, okay, what story do I create for this person? And it's such an awesome story because now you're the author. You get to illustrate, you get to tell the story how it is, and you get to create your own happy ending, whatever that may be. So it's really awesome to have that experience. And again, I want all women to. I get the questions like, how did you do it? I'm just like, I just did it. Like that's it. I think like we need to let go of the past, let that trauma, that fear of being judged, because truly is what we do to ourselves. And finally let that go, you're allowed yourself to be like, okay, like yeah, you have long hair, you look beautiful too. You have short hair, you look beautiful. Or you have an afro, you have locks, whatever. Like you look beautiful. And I think like taking this standard of beauty and put it on a pedestal and have everybody do a cookie cutter of what that pedestal should be. And not everybody looks like that. Not everybody wears their hair that way. And so now we get to shatter that roof or that ceiling. We get to go to different heights now that we have like allowed ourselves to let go of this is here. So that was a lot, y'all. But it's the truth, and it's my experience, of course. So we're gonna go ahead and right into the next question. Um, what did people like or didn't like about your hair? Um, I've never had it straight to my face, but so like I don't like your hair. I've had people troll me, but not something like in my face where it's like I don't like it. I told myself I didn't like it. I remember one time I seen this I seen this post on Instagram, and her hair was orange. It was like a fall, burnt orange, like a little turning color type. And I was like, I would do that so bad. I would never do it. And I did it, and I was just like, I came up from the sink, and I was like, I don't like it. I was so mad. I called my friend. I was just like, girl, this is not going to do. I'm not going outside with like this is terrible. She was like, no, like you look good. Just style it. Like it's going to turn out great. You're going to look great. And I'm like, I don't know. This looks crazy. So one time. So I just did it. My hair was like long enough in the front, so I didn't have my baby hair to go back. And so when I finally did the thing where I went outside, I was like, okay, you look good. And I didn't really want to say fake it till you make it because I really don't want to say it. But I really had to like go in there and saying that I'm confident. So I get off of work one day, and this guy in my building, me and my friend, we call him Gym Day. We met him at the gym. That's another story for another time. He was on the elevator, and he caught me off guard, and he was just like, hey, what's up? And I'm like, hey, how you doing? He's like, great, blah, blah, blah. He was looking at my hair, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm getting nervous. Stop looking at stop staring at me. And he was like, I like your hair. And I was just like, oh, I was like, thanks so much. I appreciate that. And in my head, like, I was like, oh my gosh, you like my hair. And that made me feel like super confident. I had like other compliments about my hair that I changed it, or the color looks so cool. I like that you're bold, and you go out and do your own thing. So I did love the feedback. I just remember that experience because I could see my friend from the corner of my eye, like smirk or smile or do something, and that was like really good experience that and get that feedback. So a lot of times where I feel like my hair, I've always got love and support. I remember the time where I first like dyed my hair. So I changed it to one. So I lifted my hair, and I wanted to do red, like a burgundy color. And so I got it from the bowl, and it looks like it looks pink. It's pink. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is not what I wanted to do. This looks terrible. And if you go back to my Instagram, one of my lives where it's pink, y'all. And I'm like, what in the hey are you doing? Okay. And so I go outside, I put my do rag on the night before, and I get my waves going back. And I get outside, and I'm going to Starbucks. And this girl, she rolls down her window. She's like, I love your hair. And I'm like, thank you so much. And right then in that moment, like, it wasn't that. Sometimes it's like we all, to a degree, want to feel good, and we want, but it's for us to notice it first. That's what makes. I know I look good, and someone else recognizes it too, and they get to share in that good feeling with it as well. So
you want to tie it back?
It was it was a very interesting day, but to say the least, it wasn't like I got a lot of negativity. It was more I had to feel confident about my character. So, next question, how has your business evolved? So, to take it back to business, initially my business was sold to, I didn't know what I was going to do. I was like, I want to be here, but here how? And that was something I was like struggling with. I was creating a business, I was getting everything in order, and I didn't realize that at the time that I was like, I was looking like a rocket. And it does take time to develop a business. It takes about, to master something, it takes about 10,000 hours. If you want to step it up a notch, you got to put in 100,000 hours to really turn it up. Where it's like, okay, I'm affecting people, I'm adding value to lives, and Desire Raw initially was solely focused on me, but I was not what people for me, what Desire Raw offering. So I would say initially, no, I didn't know I wanted to be a stylist. I tried that for a little while. I was like, oh no, I don't want to do this. And then, and I'm pretty good at it. I would say, if you looked at my content, my wigs look pretty darn good. Me and the glue were fighting for a minute. I used to be scared of the glue. Like, this is pulling out my edges. I cannot do this. And the thing about glue is, like, you gotta make sure you have all the products that you need properly made, because if you don't know what you're doing, that's when the trouble arrives and you're frustrated and it's not turning out how you see celebrities are on Instagram, but it's turning out like your auntie, the old lady, that in this all right. All right, be safe. Love you. Have fun. It took a long time. I'm still going through it, and I've been having the urge lately to put on a wig. I don't know why, but I need to just get a wig. Probably have like a wig face. So, in this case, like now, for me, transitioning my business to what it was to where it's at now is that I'm helping women in the hair industry go physical with their products and now be able to, in the metaverse space, and capitalize on that and actually make like a positive mark on what it is that the digital revolution is moving into, because it's going to change the world. It's changing the world now. And if you don't know about it, it's not that you're too late, that you need to start learning about it and becoming more involved in how that's going to change. So I would say I'm definitely changing the hair industry in my own way, and I'm going to create success with that. And the more value that I offer, the more lives that I touch. So the people that are on Instagram or Facebook or TikTok have already pioneered their way, even YouTube have already pioneered their way into their audience. But now the digital world is going to offer a new audience, and what that's going to tell them is like, and it's like, I can't miss out on this, and I want to tell the people that are in the hair industry, like, look, this is what we're doing, how we're changing lives, and being part of the Raw DAO has allowed me to see that and be able to affect change, and I'm super excited about it. I'm stoked about it. So, yeah, that's where a lot of things are heading, and I think I kind of answered the next question is, what do you see in the future of hair? hair is going to look completely different in the next 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20, 50. And I want to be part of that history where I've helped people get into the metaverse and what that looks like and be able to share their story here because a lot of times we don't take the time to ask those necessary questions like, how did you get here? It's just that you see the success and that's pretty much it, but there's more to that story. So I'm going to be able to share light, shed light on that. And that's what we're doing here. And I'm going to continue to do that. And I wanted to share light on my story. That's what we're here today. So the future of hair is only going to change. It's only up from here. How that's going to change in the metaverse, only time will tell. They have different hairstyles now. I know it's facial, and it doesn't move yet. Not that I'm aware, but it's gonna move. You're gonna start moving, and you're gonna have like different styles that you can use a lot easier to understand, and definitely get into like the apps that help with that. And that's what I'm doing now. It's not easy, but I want to be in that space so when people ask me questions of like, okay, how do you create hair strands, or how do you do this, or how do I make the hair move in this way? I'll be able to understand that and engineer that because I've taken the time to invest in what I now think is sure. So, next question is, what advice would you give a person getting into your industry? Know what you're going to do and with that. I'm not saying don't expand off of what you're doing, but like be the best that you can be in that you're getting in. So whether you're a hair vendor, whether you're a stylist, whether you're a product developer, whether you're a natural product developer, whether you're a hair accessory vendor with like scarves and headbands and clips, whatever it's gonna be, know that and design that around the type of audience that you're wanting to attract. Not only that, but have a plan of how you're going to market now people that are in the metaverse, people that have VR headsets, because that's where it's going to be at. And we want to make it accessible to the younger crowd because that's who's going to be buying. That's who's going to be interested. And I didn't realize that, nor did I foresee that direction. This was about a year ago where I learned this information. It wasn't something that I knew going into this. This was something that I asked for. This is what I asked God for, to offer me understanding of how am I going to impact lives and what does that look like, how I'm going to help add value to someone else's business that pioneer in the space, because before long, like you see on Instagram, it's going to become saturated, and the more advanced technology is now, the faster that saturation is going to be. So the future of hair, like any future of anything, is going to be digital. And so how do you see yourself in that space, and what does that look like? And how do you continue to evolve in that space? Because it's endless possibilities. So I would say study, take the time, but also be knowledgeable about what's going to happen in the future and how that's going to affect you in your life. So the hair industry is beautiful in a way of instilling confidence, providing that essence of oneself having an identity, power, self-awareness, spirituality. It's endless. So I come to you guys today again, share my experience of how I got into the hair industry, what that looked like, my fears, my insecurities, my trauma with that. And there'll be other like short little stories that I have about my experience with hair. Um, Growing up, what that looked like, what that looked like in college, and what that looks like now. And every version of myself is different in one way because it led me here, led me to this. So yeah, I'm gonna be posting about this next week. We're gonna have a special guest on here, so I will definitely announce that. So stay tuned for that information. But any questions or concerns that you guys may have, I will address that inside the metaverse, inside my space. And I appreciate you guys for coming. Great stuff. Great stuff. Thank you guys for joining us here in the Valon. I appreciate you guys being here. Yeah, we gotta get more people in the space, man. And I'm gonna need to be diligent about getting more people in the space. Sometimes schedules just don't work out, but you know, it's okay, no worries. But yeah, just to drop the link for people to join and whatnot, and to spread the word and keep talking to people. That's just how we're gonna that's just how we're just gonna get this up off the ground for sure. And a tidbit that I took from it was, what was that thing that you were doing, Mo? It was called the Dolphin Arc. It was talking about real estate, and the last video that I seen was how one of the young ladies, she stated something really well, and you asked a really great question, was like, you know, what are you guys doing in the space to like bring awareness? And she stated like sharing your story. And for the next go around for the theme, which is gratitude that we picked, that's what I've seen. I don't know if that's the final theme, but um, how that's going to coincide was just like, you know, gratitude for being here, gratitude for you and X showing me like the way, and me taking it upon myself to take action behind that was like really, really something cool. But in essence, like sharing your story in that gratitude. So that was really cool. You asked a great question. And I didn't know when we were gonna speak next, but I wanted to say like you were asking some really key pointers there, and how you're gonna turn it up here is gonna be really great implementing that. So I definitely took a lot from the. I wish I was there, but just listening back to that, you know, while I'm working or something like that is really cool to see and really dope. So
Right, it's only up from here. That's what I keep saying. It's only up from here. And how like the space is developing, like everybody's space is developing, is really cool. And now we're gonna have Tiny back. I seen Time like, yeah, you know the funny thing is the day before, I was like, I was like, I wonder how T's doing. Like I don't have her number directly, but I was like, I wonder how she's doing. I'm wondering when she's gonna come back, or I'm wondering when she's gonna have the baby. Like, and then she popped up, and I was like, oh snap! Like the gang's all here. So yeah, I'm super excited to even like hear her and right. Right, and then once we do, it's like okay, now that we have these people in here, where does it go from there? So it's all a part of the journey, and I'm excited to be a part of that journey. And it's really cool, like just even talking about it with people because I be chatting it up. like for me, I think I'm pretty personable. Um, and I like to like ask questions from people and see like what they're doing with their lives and how they're getting connected and whatnot. So I did want to ask you while I have you here. Um, that really slipped my mind. For like orientation, you're still hosting it on Thursdays at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, no? Okay, because I I didn't get back to you as fast, just because I'm like she'll host it on Thursdays, but I didn't know what your schedule and how that was changing, so I was like next time, I'll ask her before she hosts the next one, because I'm a let me let me get back to you on that one, because I don't want you to uproot, what you doing on Thursdays now, um, but yeah, I really want to get this guy in here. And I've been talking to him a little bit about the app developer that I was telling you about. Um, get him in here. And I was telling him about the space and like what we're doing here. And he seemed like really interested. So I just got to send him the information. But yeah, I just wanted to see what your schedule was looking like, and how we can implement that, or if he could just be there, and ask questions. Did you need me there, or if so, then I'll work around it. Okay. Okay. Okay, for sure, for sure. I'll let you know this week. Um, I'll talk with him and see what he's like. Yeah, if I need to come back, he's from Oakland, California. He's like, yeah, if I need to come back down, I'm like, no, 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 no. This is all virtual. Like we don't ever have to see each other. Like it is not that type of party. That was funny, but I'm like, no, you don't need to come down here. But yeah, well, I appreciate you for being here and looking at my experience this fine Sunday. And whenever you're ready, we can go ahead and take a look at that space. Let me